Have you ever wondered about the strangest photos that time has forgotten? Today, we will reveal to you the strangest and most fascinating vintage photos that you will love. I promise you. Enjoy the show. Meet Nina Hagen, East Germany's wildest gift to punk rock. Talk about dedication. She actually studied opera before unleashing her unique 5-octave voice on the world. The most surprising part, in 1976, she escaped from behind the Iron Curtain to launch her music career in the West. Venice, 1967, when Hollywood royalty ruled the world. Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor living it up with Claudia Cardinale at the Venice Film Festival. Here's a fascinating detail. That historic palace they're partying in, it's the same place where composer Richard Wagner spent his final days. Talk about Hollywood's golden days. Here's Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds in '55, back when they were America's sweethearts. The amusing part, that rooster statue they're goofing around with, it became their lucky charm until Elizabeth Taylor entered the picture 3 years later. Behind the scenes of My Fair Lady, 1964, Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn couldn't even sit down in those fancy costumes. The most incredible part, that pristine white dress Audrey's wearing, cost a whopping $100,000 in today's money. The Ronettes in London, 1964, right when British rockers ruled the charts. Here's a wild twist. These Queens natives showed up and blew away the Beatles so much that they invited the girls to tour with them. And get this, their iconic Be My Baby drum intro? Every British band tried to copy it, but none could nail it. Young Steven Tyler raising a glass in the early '70s before Aerosmith hit the big time. Check this out. Back then, he was living on roasted peanuts and writing songs in a tiny apartment in Boston. A 20-year-old Helen Mirren as Cleopatra, 1965. Before she was the Queen, she was conquering Shakespeare at London's Old Vic. The remarkable twist, she got this role right after graduating from acting school. Talk about starting with a bang. The same fierce confidence you see here, she's still got it nearly 60 years later. Cannes Film Festival, 1998, when a 19-year-old Letitia Casta took the Riviera by storm. Get this, before this glamorous moment, she was discovered by a talent scout while building sandcastles on a beach in Corsica. Alexandra Bastedo in her heyday, looking like pure sunshine in the swinging '60s. Here's a wild fact. While filming Casino Royale in '67, she managed to confuse the paparazzi by having 3 identical yellow outfits. When they thought they had exclusive shots, she'd just change into another one. Talk about outsmarting the press. Princess Elizabeth in 1947, just before her life changed forever. Here's a royal secret. That pearl necklace she's wearing? A sweet 21st birthday gift from her father, King George VI. Sophia Loren taking 5 on the set in '67. Here's a fun fact. Despite being a global superstar, she still stuck to her Italian mama's advice. No fancy spa treatments, just good old-fashioned olive oil baths. And get this, she'd often do her own stunts and refuse to use a double. Even in those designer dresses, she was always ready for action. Check this out, Elton John's custom jet from '76, complete with a piano bar. The Rocket Man himself, dressed head to toe in white, entertaining guests at 30,000 feet. The incredible part, he actually bought this plane with the money from just one song, your song. Talk about a hit that really took off. Ghostbusters, 1984. Here's a fun fact from the set. Bill Murray improvised almost all of his lines, driving the script supervisor crazy. But Sigourney Weaver kept up with every wild ad-lib he threw her way. And get this, they filmed that epic Marshmallow Man scene in scorching 100-degree heat, wearing those heavy proton packs. Here's Jane Seymour in '79, rocking that electric blue dress when most of Hollywood was stuck on beige and brown. Fun fact, that same year, she turned down a role in a major sci-fi film to star in East of Eden instead. The best part? That beautiful dress was actually a $50 find from a local boutique. Hollywood, late 1950s, meet June Wilkinson, the British actress who took Broadway and TV by storm. Get this, she started her career in London's famous Windmill Theatre at just 15, performing Shakespeare between variety acts. Farrah's iconic 1976 photo. Talk about a game changer. Here's a wild fact. She did her own hair for that shoot using just a curling iron in her bathroom. The poster sold a record-breaking 12 million copies. Not bad for a photo taken by a friend in their backyard. Here's Rita Hayworth in 1941, before she became Hollywood's love goddess. Get this, her real name was Margarita Cancino, and she underwent painful electrolysis to change her hairline to look more American. Check this out. Before becoming Hollywood royalty, here's 17-year-old Elizabeth Taylor in 1940, just washing her Cocker Spaniel Amy. And what's fascinating, while we know her as a movie icon, Taylor was such a dog lover that she owned 100 pups throughout her life. Here's a wild slice of 1971, Raquel Welch kicking a soccer ball on the set of Hanny Calder. But get this, at a time when Westerns were strictly a man's game, she broke the mold playing a frontier woman seeking justice. In 1975, Jacqueline Smith was just months away from making TV history as one of Charlie's angels. The surprising thing is, before fame hit, she was making ends meet as a Breck shampoo model and doing TV commercials for Listerine. Check this out. Before becoming the queen of action films, Pam Grier started as a simple switchboard operator at a film studio. What's really impressive, she did all her own stunts in movies, something even most male stars wouldn't dare to do. Here's a rare glimpse of Cary Grant in 1934 playing backgammon with Virginia Cherrill. But get this, while they looked picture perfect here, their marriage lasted shorter than an average game tournament. Just 7 months. Here's a rare shot from the 1960s, Sharon Tate during her early modeling days in Italy. Get this, before becoming a Hollywood star, she got her first break as an extra in Italian films while her father, an Army intelligence officer, was stationed in Verona. Long before Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk's mother May was crushing it in her own career. In the 1960s, she was juggling modeling jobs while earning her master's degree in dietetics. But here's the wild part. She typed her thesis on that very Mercedes typewriter in the photo. Boots and Bedouin rap in the desert? Not exactly standard Princess Leia gear. This rare 1983 publicity shot for Return of the Jedi never made it to theaters. Why? The studio thought mixing Star Wars with fashion photography might confuse fans. Didn't expect Kate Bush to be a hockey fan? The British singer rocked this Blackhawks jersey in '79, right when Wuthering Heights was climbing the charts. The twist? She'd never seen a hockey game. Picked up the jersey because she loved Native American art. Movie marketing in 1932? Pure improv. This publicity shot for 3 on a match turned into a comedy routine when the massive studio lights started wobbling in the beach wind. Davis and Blondell kept their poses and faked their smiles while crew members frantically held down the equipment. Picture this, a young James Earl Jones in 1957, years before becoming Darth Vader's voice. Fun fact, he was actually performing Shakespeare at the time, battling severe stage fright. The future voice of the dark side would often freeze on stage, making his journey to stardom even more remarkable. Check this out. Here's Barbara Roscoe, a rising star of 1963, taking multitasking to another level. An evening gown in the kitchen, vintage hairdryer on full blast, and a cookbook in hand. Get this, in the 1950s, Pablo Picasso, the genius who revolutionized art, loved playing with toy trucks. The charming twist, while the world knew him for his abstract masterpieces, at home he was just a big kid at heart, sharing laughs with Françoise Gillot and the little ones. Check this out. Here's Ava Gardner in the 1950s, Hollywood's golden era. In this stunning shot, she's rocking a red dress that would make today's designer gowns look basic. The amazing thing is, while most stars needed tons of special effects, Ava just needed a simple backdrop and that legendary charisma. Who knew Hollywood glamour ran in the family? Jane Mansfield and her mom sharing smiles in the 1950s. 2 generations, 2 completely different styles. The ironic part, while Jane became a style icon, her mother kept it classic, with those signature 50s pearls. Like mother, like daughter? Well, maybe not in fashion. Rare moments of Marilyn Monroe in 1962, stealing hearts in a simple orange sweater. Behind the glamour and sparkles, she had this natural, girl-next-door charm. What's fascinating, while everyone remembers her glittering gowns, it's these casual snapshots that captured her real magic. 2 legends caught in one epic moment, Rodney Dangerfield meeting Elvis in '69, the king of rock and roll shaking hands with the king of no respect. The funny thing is, while Elvis was known for his swagger, Dangerfield would later joke this was the day he finally got some respect. The 1950s brought us Mamie Van Doren, a platinum blonde bombshell who challenged Hollywood's style rules. Before yoga pants and athleisure, she rocked these sporty outfits with pure confidence. The remarkable thing, she wasn't just following trends, she was creating them. 2 icons of 90s TV, Lucy Lawless and Jerry Ryan, trading their warrior princess and spacesuits for pure glamour. These stars ruled sci-fi television when special effects were all practical. The surprising part, who knew Xena and 7 of 9 could rock evening wear better than battle gear? Before his happy little trees and soothing voice, Bob Ross spent 20 years in the Air Force. Those peaceful landscapes we all love came from a military man. The touching truth, he promised himself after leaving service that he'd never raise his voice again, which led to that calm painting style we all know. Hollywood's golden couple Janet Leigh and Robert Brandt stepping out in style at the 1963 premiere. She traded her famous shower scene for pure elegance that night. What's interesting is, while everyone remembers her from Psycho, she was actually starring in one of the greatest comedies ever made. Grace Kelly napping between scenes of Mogambo, 1953, proves even Hollywood royalty needed coffee breaks. Behind her, the crew keeps hustling in the African heat. The most surprising part is, just 3 years after this casual snooze, she'd become actual royalty as Princess of Monaco. A legendary pairing from 1955, Cary Grant and Grace Kelly in To Catch a Thief. Hitchcock knew exactly what he was doing, casting Hollywood's smoothest gentleman and soon-to-be princess. And get this, their combined star power was so bright they had to shoot most scenes at night. Platinum blonde starlet Joy Lansing ruled 1960s television, appearing in every major show from The Beverly Hillbillies to I Love Lucy. Ironically enough, while big screen fame eluded her, she became one of TV's most memorable guest stars. In the 1960s, British model June Palmer redefined casual style, rocking classic denim and a simple polo top by the poolside. The fascinating twist, while America had its pinup queens, Palmer became Britain's answer to classic modeling. A touching moment from 1967, Liza Minnelli and her legendary mom Judy Garland at a Pan Am event. Talk about talent in the family. The remarkable thing is, while Judy was known for Over the Rainbow, Liza would soon make her own magic with Cabaret. 1978. Dolly Parton embraced her playful side, posing for magazine history. From country stages to glossy pages, she always kept her signature style and humor. The best part is, she later joked that even this famous photo shoot couldn't outshine her music on the charts. Behind the scenes of The Gold Rush 1925, Charlie Chaplin bonding with his fluffy co-star. The Little Tramp taking a break from his gold hunting adventures. Fun fact, this Alaskan Malamute actually helped create one of cinema's most iconic survival scenes. Say hello to Colonel Wilma Deering. Aaron Gray brought space fashion to new heights in Buck Rogers' 1980. Those white uniforms became every sci-fi fan's dream. The incredible part, the costume was so iconic, NASA actually contacted the show's designers for spacesuit ideas. Rare 1948 snap of young Audrey Hepburn at a London audition, long before Breakfast at Tiffany's. Just a ballet dancer with big dreams back then. Would you believe? She was so nervous, she almost walked out. But that signature grace was already there. Summer of '66, young Goldie Hawn enjoying ice cream with her furry friend before fame hit. She was just months away from her big break on Laugh In. What makes this photo special? While Hollywood knew her as the funny girl, at home she was just a regular 20-year-old hanging out with her poodle. 1986. Young Halle Berry rocking that Miss USA crown before Hollywood came calling. The future Storm from X-Men started as first runner-up in Miss World. And the amazing thing is, she used her pageant earnings to kickstart her acting career. Hollywood royalty collides in 1953, Lauren Bacall and Marilyn Monroe sharing laughs at a star-studded event. These two were polar opposites. Bacall's sultry sophistication next to Monroe's bubbly charm. Little did anyone know, they actually became friends while filming How to Marry a Millionaire.